So they see these hierarchies and their proposal to level everything off and to take away the insane power at the very top is equality of outcome. This unproven in terms of it's never been done successfully to a utopian.
Right. Well, I also don't even think you can do it in principle, because if you accept the proposition, the propositions I laid out, which is you have to pursue things of value, and if you pursue things of value in a social space, so you do it cooperatively and competitively, you do it with other people, then you're going to produce differential outcome because people will be differently good at it.
Yes.
Well, it's like, okay, you don't believe that? It's like, okay, do you listen to random selections of music online? Or do you do what everyone else does? You go for the 1/10 of 1% of songwriters, and you only listen to them. You only listen to you only read the productions of 1/10 of 1% of writers. You only listen to the podcasts of 1/10 of 1% of broadcasters, right? When you watch sports on TV, you only watch the athletic contributions of 1/10 of 1% of athletes. So, like, where's the equality exactly? Where's that in your life? You people who are pushing for equality of outcome, you manifest that in anything you do? You don't. You're unbelievably selective, just like everyone else. And the reason you're selective is because there are things that are happening that need to happen or that are entertaining and interesting, and you want the best in all of those realms. That's how it works. And there is a best. That's the other thing that's so painful. And that actually is painful. You know, here's a problem of dispossession, a real problem. One way to not do very well in any hierarchy is to have a low IQ. And so IQ is normally distributed. And if you have an IQ of less than 85, it's hard for you to read well enough to follow instructions. That's about 10% of the population, might even be higher than that. Okay, so given that lack, how are you going to compete? And the answer is, you're not. Because low IQ is a good predictor of poverty. Now they spiral because, you know, if you're cognitively, if you're less cognitively gifted, then and you have children, they're going to be in a less enriched environment. These things spiral, but you still have the essential problem. That's the essential problem of the dispossessed. It's like hierarchies are complex tools to attain necessary goals, but they dispossess people. What do we do with the people that they dispossess? The answer is, we don't know. So we have to talk about it constantly to figure out how to solve it, because it's an ongoing problem that transforms, and that's the reason that political dialogue is necessary. And then the danger is that the political dialogue will polarize into the radical left, no hierarchies whatsoever, or the radical right, our hierarchy is 100% right at all costs. And so we have the eternal problem, and those are the two poles that we have to negotiate between.